Queen Sofia the First had ruled the kingdom of Enchantia for many happy years. Her days were filled with royal duties, magical adventures, and the gentle laughter of her little daughter, Princess Elara. At 4 years old, Elara was as curious as a hummingbird and as fearless as a baby dragon, two qualities that often led her into delightful trouble. One sunny morning, Elara bounded into her mother's chambers, her golden curls bouncing like little sunbeams. "Mommy!" she squealed, clutching a small crumpled scroll. "Look what Clover the rabbit found under the rose bush." Sofia knelt and smoothed out the scroll. It was old, so old that the edges were frayed and the ink shimmered faintly, as if written by starlight. In elegant curling letters it read, "To the one who holds this map, the star garden awaits. Where moonlight sings and flowers glow, your heart's wish will take root and grow." At the bottom was a tiny twinkling star-shaped mark. Sofia's eyes widened. "Elara, do you know what this means? The Star Garden is one of the rarest magical places in all of Enchantia. It blooms only once every 100 years. Elara gasped, her eyes round as saucers. "Does it have candy flowers?" Sofia chuckled. "Not exactly, but the Star Garden is said to grant a single wish to whoever finds it." That was all the encouragement Elara needed. "Then we have to go, Mommy. Right now." Sofia agreed, knowing that adventures were the best lessons for a young princess. She packed a small satchel with essentials, a tiny loaf of honey bread, 2 crystal water flasks, and her amulet of Avalor just in case. Elara insisted on bringing her favorite plush unicorn, Twinkles, because, as she explained, Twinkles is very good at finding magical things. With Clover hopping alongside and the royal griffin Sky perched nearby, they set off into the whispering woods. The map led them past silver waterfalls that sang in soft voices, over a bridge woven from moonlight, and through a meadow where butterflies glowed like living lanterns. Elara skipped ahead, her laughter scattering the butterflies in little bursts of rainbow light. After a while, they reached a curious place, a circle of ancient oak trees whose trunks formed a perfect ring. In the center was a swirling mist. Elara held her mother's hand as they stepped through. Instantly, the air changed cooler but sweeter, scented with night-blooming jasmine. Above them stretched a sky full of stars, though it was still morning in the world they'd left behind. Here, the sun and moon seemed to share the sky, bathing the land in silver-gold light. Before them lay the Star Garden. It was more beautiful than Sofia could have imagined. Flowers of every shape and color glowed softly, their petals dusted with stardust. Streams of liquid light wove between crystal rocks, and in the distance a great tree stood, its leaves like shards of moonlight. Elara gasped. "It's like the stars fell down to play." As they stepped into the garden, a gentle voice spoke. "Welcome, Queen Sofia and Princess Elara." A tall figure emerged from behind the moonlit tree, a woman with hair like midnight and eyes that shimmered like galaxies. She wore a gown woven from constellations, each star winking softly. "I am the Wish Keeper," she said with a smile. "The garden has waited 100 years for visitors worthy of its magic." Elara stepped forward, holding Twinkles protectively. "Do we each get a wish?" The Wish Keeper knelt to her height. "Only one wish may be made, and it must come from the purest part of your heart." Sofia looked down at her daughter, unsure what Elara would choose. She thought Elara might wish for a mountain of sweets or a flying pony. But Elara's face grew serious. "I want something for my mommy. She always takes care of everyone, but sometimes I see her looking tired. I wish she could always have happy days." Sofia's heart swelled and her eyes prickled with tears. The Wish Keeper placed her hand over Elara's and Sofia's. "A wish for another's joy is the rarest of all, and so it shall be." A warm light spread from their joined hands, flowing through Sofia's heart like the gentle touch of sunlight on water. She felt her worries lift, replaced by a deep sense of peace and love. The garden shimmered around them, but instead of fading away as the stories claimed, something new happened. The great moonlit tree rustled, and from its branches floated down a single glowing seed. The Wish Keeper smiled. "This is for you, Princess Elara. Plant it anywhere in your kingdom and it will grow into a star blossom tree. Its flowers will bring hope to anyone who rests beneath it. Elara cradled the seed like treasure. I'll plant it right in front of the castle so everyone can see it. They bid farewell to the Wishkeeper and stepped back through the moon gate. Instantly, the familiar sunlight of Enchantia greeted them. The journey back seemed shorter, as if the garden had left a trail of gentle magic to guide them. When they returned to the castle, Elara wasted no time planting the seed in the center of the courtyard. By the next morning, a slender silver sapling had already grown, its leaves glowing faintly at night. Within weeks, the tree bloomed large white flowers that shimmered with starlight. Visitors from across the kingdom came to see it, and Sofia declared a yearly Star Blossom Festival. There were music and dancing, lanterns strung across the courtyard, and tables full of honey cakes and berry tarts. During the first festival, Sofia lifted Elara into her arms and whispered, "Your wish made this happen. The joy I feel isn't from magic, it's from you." Elara hugged her tightly. "And Twinkle's helped too." They both laughed, and above them the star blossom tree swayed gently, scattering tiny sparks of light that drifted over the festival like blessings. From that day on, the Star Garden became more than just a legend. It was a reminder that the greatest magic of all is love, especially the kind that wishes for someone else's happiness. And as for Elara, she continued to grow, explore, and dream, but she always kept a little space in her heart for the day she'd take her own child to see the Star Garden, just as her mother had done with her. Because in Enchantia, magic has a way of passing from one generation to the next, especially when it's rooted in love.